Have you ever stopped long enough to look back at the people who walked into your life and ask yourself why they showed up when they did? It's strange. When you're younger, you don't think about it. You assume people drift in and out because that's just what life does. But as the years slip by, you start to recognize patterns that never made sense before. The people who stayed weren't just background characters. They were signposts, anchors, mirrors, teachers, and sometimes quiet guardians. They didn't appear by coincidence. They showed up because something in your soul needed them. And the older you get, the more you understand that life isn't about collecting people. It's about noticing the few who can walk with you through seasons that change your mind, your habits, your faith, and your sense of self. These are the people who don't just spend time with you. They shift how you live, how you think, and how you feel. Today, we're diving into 4 kinds of people you should hold close as you grow older. These 4 aren't random. They're rare. And if you've already met even one of them, you're more fortunate than you realize. Stay with me until the end, because this perspective might completely reshape how you see your relationships and even how you see yourself. The one who reminds you who you are. There comes a point in everyone's life when you start to realize how easy it is to drift. You're not trying to become someone else. It just happens. Responsibilities stack up. Expectations pile onto your shoulders. You learn to adapt to survive. Before you know it, you've traded spontaneity for stability, creativity for routine, and dreams for what feels practical. And then, out of nowhere, someone enters your life who makes you feel like you've just cracked open a time capsule buried inside your own chest. They don't ask you to pretend. They don't expect you to perform. They don't care about your resume or the roles you play in front of the world. They just see you, the raw, unpolished, unedited version. This person might have known you long before life complicated who you've become. Or they might be someone new who, strangely, understands you quicker than people who've known you for decades. They notice things others overlook. They catch the quick jokes you thought no one heard anymore. They see your spark even when you've forgotten it existed. There's a comfort that few people in the world can give. The comfort of being understood without having to explain yourself. This person brings that comfort into your life effortlessly. You can feel the difference the moment you talk to them. Your voice gets lighter. Your shoulders relax. Your laughter loses its stiffness. You're not trying to be anything. You're simply returning to something. They remind you of the passions you pushed aside years ago. They bring up the dreams you quietly exchanged for security. They help you remember that beneath all the layers of experience, stress, and responsibility, the core of your identity is still intact, just waiting for someone to knock on the door and wake it up again. And it's more than nostalgia. It's psychological grounding. Studies have shown that having someone who reinforces your authentic identity helps protect you against emotional decline. When you're seen deeply, you feel safer. When you feel safe, you think clearer. When you think clearer, you grow again. Maybe they remind you that you used to love painting before you became too busy, or that you used to be brave in a way you've recently forgotten, or that you once dreamed bigger than the limits you've accepted now. They don't just revive old memories, they revive old strength. This kind of person is someone you should never take for granted. These people are rare. They are mirrors, but not the harsh kind that point out flaws. They are the gentle ones that show you the light you forgot you carried. Hold on to the one who reminds you who you are. Because in a world that constantly tries to push you into different shapes, it's priceless to have someone who helps you stay true to your original form. And as important as that is, not everyone who enters your life shows up to comfort you. Some arrive to sharpen you. The one who tells you the truth when others stay silent. As the years go by, something strange starts to happen. People become more polite, but less honest. They avoid conflict. They avoid difficult conversations. They avoid saying the things that could save you because they're afraid of overstepping, or they don't want to argue, or they'd rather keep the peace on the surface even if it costs you in the long run. That's why the person who isn't afraid to tell you the truth is invaluable. This isn't the person who scolds you or tries to feel superior. No, their honesty comes from a quiet kind of love. They care more about your growth than your temporary comfort. And that's rare, because most people will choose the easy path of silence. This person tells you the truth when you're drifting into habits you'll regret, when you're settling for less than you deserve, when you're walking into situations blind, when you're acting from fear instead of strength. It might sting at first. Truth often does. But deep down, you'll know they're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to protect the parts of you that matter most. This person might be the friend who can look you in the eye and say, "You're letting yourself shrink, and I know you're better than this." Or the mentor who tells you, gently but directly, that you're hiding behind excuses. Or the sibling who knows when you're pretending you're fine when you're clearly worn down. As you grow older, honest people become essential. Because honesty keeps you sharp. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you awake to your own potential. Psychologists talk about constructive candor, a kind of truth that preserves dignity while encouraging growth. People who offer this are emotional gold. They challenge your blind spots while protecting your heart. They remind you of your standards when you start lowering them. They call you higher when you start drifting lower. They pull you back to yourself when fear or exhaustion pushes you off course. And here's what makes them truly special. They don't tell the truth to win. They don't tell the truth to control. They tell the truth because they refuse to watch you lose yourself. If you have someone like this, you hold on tight. You appreciate them even when their words make you pause. Because honesty paired with love is one of the rarest gifts life can give you. And while some people challenge you, others do something equally important. They awaken your joy. The one who brings laughter back into your life. There's a moment in adulthood, quiet, subtle, when many people stop laughing the way they used to. Not because they don't want to, but because life starts to feel heavier. Bills, responsibilities, family stress, health changes, losses, it all compresses your days until joy feels like a luxury instead of a natural part of living. But then there's that one person who steps into your world and changes the entire atmosphere without even trying. They're not necessarily a comedian. They don't need to perform. They just have a way of lightening the air around them. Being near them feels like opening a window in a stuffy room. You can finally breathe again. This person sees humor in the ordinary. They turn small moments into stories. They remind you that even aging has its funny side, because life refuses to be completely serious, even when we try to force it to be. And their presence does more than make you smile. It reconnects you with the childlike parts of yourself you thought were gone. Maybe it's a friend who brings you back to old jokes that still make you laugh decades later. Maybe it's a young person in your family whose imagination is wild and unfiltered. Maybe it's someone you met recently who shares your humor in a way that feels almost uncanny. Laughing with someone is one of the most intimate forms of trust. It says, for a moment, we're alive together. And the older you get, the rarer that becomes. Modern research shows that laughter isn't just emotional, it's biological. It lowers stress hormones, reduces tension, helps the brain stay nimble, strengthens connection, even extends longevity. And more importantly, it wakes up hope. This person reminds you that life isn't meant to be endured. It's meant to be lived, fully, with humor, with warmth, with moments that make your belly hurt because you finally let yourself be unguarded again. Hold on to the person who brings laughter back into your life. Not because they distract you from reality, but because they help you face reality with a lighter heart. But laughter alone isn't enough for the journey ahead. Life will always have moments that can't be fixed by jokes or advice. Moments that require a different kind of presence. The one who stands beside you in silence. There are some moments in life that words simply can't reach. The loss you didn't see coming. The night when the memories are too loud. The day when you can't pretend to be strong anymore. The hour when the doctor gives you news that takes your breath away. And in those moments, There is one kind of person who becomes more valuable than anyone else. The one who stands beside you without needing to speak. This person doesn't try to fix what can't be fixed. They don't flood you with advice or cliches. They don't say the wrong thing out of fear. They simply stay. Their presence becomes a quiet shelter when everything else feels unsteady. Silent companionship is its own kind of love. It says, you don't have to go through this alone. It says, I'm not scared of your pain. It says, I'm here, and I'm not leaving. Maybe this is someone who's known you for decades. Maybe it's a spouse who has walked through countless seasons with you. Maybe it's a newer friend who carries empathy like a second language. They don't overwhelm you. They don't push you. They simply exist beside you in a way that makes the darkness less heavy. Psychologists have found that the human body literally calms when a trusted person is near. Heart rate stabilizes. Stress hormones soften. The nervous system feels safer. That's why this kind of person is priceless. When the storms of life hit, and they always do, this is the person whose presence gives you strength you didn't know you still had. The comfort they give doesn't come from what they say. It comes from what their presence communicates. Loyalty, stability, and the rare kind of love that doesn't need noise to be real. Hold on to the one who stands beside you in silence. These people are life's quiet heroes, the steady lights that keep you from drifting too far when the tides are strong. And when you look back on your life years from now, you'll realize something profound. Why these 4 people matter more than you think. Think back to the 4 people we talked about today. The one who reminds you who you are. The one who tells you the truth when others stay silent. The one who brings laughter back into your life. The one who stands beside you in silence. Each of them carries a different purpose. Each of them strengthens a different part of you. Each of them adds a different shade to your journey. If you're fortunate enough to have even one of these people, treasure them. Nurture those connections. Don't wait until time creates distance. Don't assume they know how much they mean to you. Call them. Thank them. Tell them that who they are makes your life richer. And if you feel like you're missing one of these people right now, don't lose heart. Life is generous when your heart stays open. The right souls always find their way to you when the timing is meant to shift. Because no one enters your life randomly. Some come to remind you of your essence. Some come to guide you back to truth. Some come to lift your spirit. Some come to steady your storms. And a precious few come to stay. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this message gave you something meaningful to reflect on, share a thought in the comments. Just one thing you're taking with you. I'd love to read it. And if you found this helpful, feel free to like and subscribe so you never miss videos designed to inspire and uplift you. Until next time, take care of the people who matter. And let them take care of you, too.